You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is June 13th, 2023 meeting of the LaPorte County Drainage Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
We'll call the June 13th Drainage Board meeting to order. With stand and have pledge allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Joe Cuson.
Here.
Hugh Glasgow.
Here.
Tony Hendricks.
Here.
Connie Grammarosa. Absent. Jeff Mitzner.
Present.
Pat Vance.
Here.
Brad is not here, and I'm here.
Okay, moving on the agenda. Approval for the minutes from last month.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Wagner Estates 2 Urban Drain public hearing. We'll call the public hearing to order. Do we have show proof of publication?
That was published on May 30th.
Okay. Present schedule of easements and surveyor's report.
Same report as last month.
Yeah, it's gonna be this same report as last month. 300, and that's your surveyor's report.
The surveyor's report for the urban drain schedule assessment.
So it's gonna be,
Plans and documents for Wagner Estates 2 Phase B subdivision consisting of 18 lots, number 8 through 25. Petitions were submitted for establishment of on April 18, 2023 for a regulated drain and classification as an urban drain to the LaPorte County Drainage Board with total number 18 lots. I've determined that the assessment benefits will exceed the costs and will be public benefit. The annual assessment of $5,400 will be necessary to maintain the drainage system. The subdivision contains 18 lots with an assessment of $300 per lot per year. The assessment will run on an annual basis until a 4-year ceiling of $21,600 has been attained, at which time the assessment will no longer be in effect unless the funds are needed for maintenance. Upon withdrawal of any amount creating a balance of less than $21,600, the assessment will go back in effect until said 4-year ceiling is again achieved. The schedule assessment is as follows. And there is a note here of each lot, which is $3,000 per year, 18 lots of $5,400 for the record.
$300 per year, right?
$300 per year per lot, 18 lots, $5,400 per year until the ceiling of $21,600 is set.
Alrighty. Did we receive any public comment or consider letters of objection?
I did not receive any public comment or letters of objection.
Me neither.
Okay, so board discussion and action.
Well, I think we discussed it all much last month, didn't we?
It's in your area.
Is it?
Is there anyone in the audience for or against the petition of public hearing? Nope, see, there you go.
Oh, there we
There's
go.
your public hearing.
I move we accept the assessment. I guess is that what I need to do?
Yep. We got a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
I had to read the findings in order. Findings in order, LaPorte County Drainage Board regarding Wagner Estates 2 Phase B Urban Drain. The LaPorte County Drainage Board did on the 13th day of June 2023 conduct a public hearing relative to Indiana Code Title 36 in response to the surveyor's report, and based on the assessment determined the following regarding Wagner Estates 2 Phase B Subdivision Urban Drain. Number one, at said public hearing, public comment was received and considered by the board for the purposes of determining the content of the surveyor's report and the proposed assessment. Number two, that the board did find that the surveyor's report should be approved and accepted as submitted. Number 3, that the board did find that the assessment proposal as submitted by the surveyor's office is hereby accepted and that assessments for the above named urban drain are and should be established at the amount set out in said assessment. Number 4, that the program of maintenance as set out in said surveyor's report is approved. Now therefore be it hereby ordered by LaPorte County Drainage Board that the following matters be deemed and to be ordered this 13th day of June 2023. Number 1, that said subdivision urban drain is hereby established as part of the regulated drainage system of LaPorte County Drainage Board. Number 2, that the assessments for said subdivision urban drain are set at $300 per lot per year with a 4-year ceiling. Number 3, that the surveyor's report and recommendations for maintenance are hereby approved and the surveyor's office is authorized to proceed with said project, all of which is ordered this 13th day of June 2023. The chairman of the Drainage Board's signature. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn the public meeting.
So move.
Second.
All right, we'll move to number 3, Park Place Phase 2, perimeter drain to retention pond.
That's that guy.
There's somebody here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this the one on Boulder Creek?
Yeah, you can come up.
What's the name of it? Never done this before, so don't know what I need to do here.
He came in our office
come to the mic.
and we discussed what he was asking for. Did you bring plans and all that?
So yeah, I got the soil test application for new residential on-site system at the address at 7532, or no, excuse me, that's my address. Property address 3388 Coulter Creek Drive. I'm with Johnson Septic Service. We're putting in a septic system there. I need to put a perimeter drain around it. It's going to be an elevated system, and it just needs to go to the pond, literally on the back side of the property.
Just for the record, can you state your name and address?
My name is Derek Johnson. I'm with Johnson Septic Service. The address of our company is 7532 First Road, Kingsbury, Indiana, 46545.
So this is a typical, they need to get to the lowest spot, and in so doing, they have to enter our urban drain easement as an outlet for their perimeter drain, and all we typically ask is to hold harmless. Because anything they're draining is groundwater anyways, it's not anything pertaining to septic, it's the water coming up which would go into the pond.
Yes, yeah, it's just the perimeter drain, so, yeah, we just outlet it to it, put a rodent guard on it, followed Indiana Rule 410.
All this board usually is to grant them permission to enter in our easement with a hold harmless agreement that they hold this board harmless.
If Tony's good with it, I'm good with it. Motion to approve subject to a hold harmless agreement.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passed. Thank you.
Cool. What do I need to, appreciate it, guys, what do I need to?
We'll send you the hold harmless agreement, email it to you.
Okay.
Did you give me your email?
I don't know if I did, I got a card here.
Okay, yeah, that way I can email you the agreement. Okay, that's good.
Yes, it does.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on to number 4, Jerry Eddy, Way Ditch, Pole Barn in easement.
Morning.
Morning.
I'm Jerry Eddy, 9326 South State Road 39, Union Mills, Indiana, 46382.
Okay.
Could you say that address again?
9326 South State Road 39, Union Mills, Indiana, 46382. I did bring additional pictures of the location and boundaries.
Can you go ahead and bring those up then?
That's my area.
So the building's already built?
Yeah, 90% built, and I got a stop work order needing to get a permit.
What's the name of that ditch?
Mickelson,
Hickelson.
with a M, Mickelson.
Nicholson.
Yes.
It looked like yours says Hickelson.
Its legal name is the Way Ditch, but they also call it the Mickelson.
Oh, Way Ditch.
It's
Never,
got two
okay, I
names.
appreciate that.
Who owns the property on the other side?
Dick Welch,
Dick Walsh.
if I may. I've got a signed request from Dick Welch and also Terry Wills on the other side of me, stating that they have no issues with, you know, the building being in that spot. It's just something I drafted up real quick for him to sign for me.
Tony, can you pull that up a little bit bigger on your screen and give it here, please?
The house is already in the easement. Mm-hmm. You know?
9326.
Right. Well, it looks like there's other house in the easement with its neighbor. Right, yeah. His neighbor's
Should be
got
north of
some in the
30.
easement too, right? See, yeah, back there.
Should be close there, yeah.
Are trees on the bank already?
That's the neighbor's yard. It's his two buildings, and they're right on top of it. Right. Yeah, it looks like there's trees both sides. Yeah. That's this is summertime. Yeah,
This is,
right.
this the building?
Oh, that's the beacon.
So, how long you been building this building if it's already up on Beacon?
Just my brother and a buddy of mine and myself, about a week, maybe.
Where's this building going at on this, on here?
Well, last year I had the cement poured before winter. And then spring came.
Maybe that's a house, but there's other things on the easement of that ditch already.
Can you come up here for a second?
Certainly.
That's your piece of property. Where are you putting the building at?
See. Oh, yeah. It is directly beside my house,
So it's gonna be here?
right in between the neighbors and my house.
So you point it out with your pen.
Yeah. I'm trying to see here. Yeah, this area here. This is my house. It goes up to the back of the house and then back to the ditch.
Looks like your house is almost on the easement, huh?
Oh, it is. Yeah, actually, the front of my house is 75 foot right there. My everything on my house.
Pretty much.
What's this up here, the neighbor's stuff?
Yeah, that's neighbors' buildings that they build. And the next.
Are those permanent buildings?
Yes, they got cemented in floors.
Well, you know, Dick Welch across the ditch signed for it, that it's okay. He's obviously gonna take the spoils, but my concern is, what if in 20 years Dick Welch doesn't own that, and do we put any restrictions on this, or we just let him have it, Tony?
Well, he does have that 75-foot easement on his side too, doesn't he?
Yeah?
So if somebody else bought it, the easement would still be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that that person's gonna wanna take the spoils. I mean,
My garage was also built when I bought the place. And we got to, the court and asked for permission to build it there same way, getting a signature from Dick Welch. And that was passed, and it is just as close to the ditch, that's what this building is.
How close is this building gonna be to the ditch?
Well, at the furthest point, about 20 foot, and the closest point, about 8 feet.
8 feet.
Yeah, because ditch runs at that angle, you know, to get it straight with the house.
Can't get an excavator in on 8 feet. 20 feet's okay, but not 8.
Well, like I was looking and talking to Dick Welsh about that, anything that needs to get in there, that whole side of the ditch, all the way from 39, you know, to the back of all of our houses are open from that side.
Are there trees along that ditch? On both?
Yes.
Side of the property line.
I've been maintaining the ditch, pulling the dead wood out, you know, not disturbing anything.
That's good.
Where are you at right now with this? It's built, right?
Yeah, it's built.
Are you coming to us because you have stop work order or something, or?
It was just, because there was a drainage.
Let's go back.
Okay, thank you.
Because if it's not hurting anything right now, it's built, and
Yeah.
the county hasn't stopped doing anything, I would suggest the board table this until Brad Adamski looks at, this might need something more than a hold harmless.
How did you get stop and assist? Who did that?
Gentleman named Scott. He didn't,
Where's he from?
he didn't offer his last name. He was a building inspector for, there's a house, 2 houses down being built, right? You
Did
know.
you have a building permit for this when you started?
No, I did not. Yeah, no, right.
This is deeper than a typical hold harmless.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I guess what I'm gonna suggest to the board is that you keep your stop and assist order. You need to stop.
Oh, yeah, it has been.
And we're gonna need to table this till our attorney can look at this.
If that's what we have to do. Yeah, I can't convince you otherwise.
Agree, Tony?
Yes, I think Brad needs to look at this in conjunction with probably the building commissioner and the county attorney to see, this is beyond a hold harmless, might need some other agreement. I mean, we can't have you tear it down, but we just can't give you carte blanche right now.
Yeah,
So do we need
for the drainage part of it is what.
Do we need a motion to do that then?
Yes.
All right, I move that we table this until we get some further advice from our attorney or from some other county entity.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
So we'll work on it until for next month with the county attorney, keep you in.
Well,
or the-
we want a meeting next month.
that's right.
So you'll have to come back to the next meeting on
August.
August 8th,
Okay.
We'll keep,
8:30 in here.
we'll keep you in the loop with what they're suggesting we have you do.
Okay, I don't need to contact an attorney. This is just on your part.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
I know the area well. That's all filled in.
Tony and Christy will keep you up to date on what's going on.
Thank you.
Did you leave your phone number with me? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Yes.
it's a bad
Yes, I believe
precedent.
so.
Well, we can't.
Email?
You already got
Yes.
Can you write that? Can you give me that?
everything else we got, so. All right, thank you. We'll move on for monthly reports. Hudson Lake.
Excuse me.
Georgette Joyce, 7299 East Hudson Point Lane in New Carlisle, 46552. We have a new president. I think Christine might have sent out the press release. And he's Kevin Smith. He comes with a great background. He was actually a vice president of the pipeline company who covered most of Indiana. So he has relationship with the Corps of Engineers and things like that. So it's all good for us. And I'm now on the board as a member at large. The drain management agreement is still in process. We're still waiting for the DNR to send it to us so that we can review it and figure out where it goes from there. Invasive weed treatment was completed this past week using our grant and matching funds. The dredging efforts continue. We receive bids and we're trying to target fall of 2024 if all falls into place with funding. And so the second grant that we need, the lake level continues to drop. We're in the drought. So we've lost 6 inches this spring, and we're about 6.5 inches above the weir, according to the Toll Talk this morning. We're still working on our website. We have a logo, and the site design and navigation is near completion, and they'll be working on content. So excited about that. And that's it. Any questions?
So amazingly, good job.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Got the drought and
Did everybody receive that email from her about Kevin? Okay.
Yeah.
All righty.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You got anything from Brad?
No, Brad is not here, but he doesn't have any.
Okay. I didn't know if he contacted you for anything. Tony, you got anything?
yes, the one thing I have is Woods of Concord. That's been going on for a year and a half. I talked to County Attorney Scott Paycheck this morning. I talked to Connie Grammarosa, the president of the commission, last week, that they are taking the lead on this. So we are working through whatever they need to do, and they do have an attorney. So I think we're making some headway.
All righty. Thank you. Anything from the joint boards? No.
Nope.
Nope. Claims?
No claims.
No claims. Any public comment?
Jim, public comment? Anything for public comment?
I can't hear you. We got get a little closer to you. Can't hear anything.
Do you have anything for public comment?
Public comment.
Yeah, I'd like to get something done on that.
State your name, please, address.
Jim White. Like I said, I can't hear you very well.
Address. What's your address?
Okay, 0584 South, 150 East, LaPorte.
He had to get
Didn't
permission.
realize how hard of hearing it was till I get in here.
All right. What are you looking for?
Well, past my place, that ditch is it's not a legal ditch. And I've gotten along pretty good with the neighbor, but his mother's older than me, and they dug a pond and she wants it up. Well, at times I get flooded out.
Tony, can you pull this up?
Are we talking about the shirts
Yeah,
ditch?
you're on the Schurz ditch, right?
And at this point, we get along pretty good. He blocked it off again, but the water isn't a major problem right now. But as you know, it's been extremely dry. And down the road, if something happens to her, somebody else goes in there, I may not be able to get along with them. And there have been a lot of issues for 40 years there. And
So the shirts ditch is a court drain, right?
Yeah, the Schurz ditch is a regulated drain to Highway 4. I know where he's at, up north of 4, where the ponds and stuff are. So it's regulated where he is. We've pulled trees and stuff out for you, but he's talking about the part that's south of 4 between Highway 4 and the treatment plant is private. But yeah, it's always high right there where that pond is and all that. So
We can pull the stuff up because there was an analysis done for the city of LaPorte for that whole.
Pardon me?
There was an analysis done for the city of LaPorte for the whole section. So let us pull some stuff up and get back with you.
okay.
Yeah, we have. There's a whole drainage analysis has been done.
Well, and that's my understanding. There's a lot of things changing and doing, and I've been there since 1950, and that ditch only came to my property line, and then it went into a bigger marsh. And actually, the Bachman boy drowned in it when he was 10 years old in 1952 there, and somehow it ended up down to Highway 4, but then I didn't realize that, because I cleaned that with Butch Smith 650 years ago. I cleaned it myself and not realizing, but I farmed the pony farm, the Parker Pony Farm at that time. And there's plenty of drop off at the back that goes into Paul Oakes' old place there. But anyway,
So
through the years, a lot of things have happened there. I hate to, what I'd like to do is try to get along. 2.5 years ago, I got flooded out after Butch Smith dug that out, and the tile there at 4 got plugged. Well, that was Thanksgiving. I knew I wasn't going to get anybody, and my neighbor was good enough to go down with his excavator and open it up. And there's just been a lot of issues. And gosh, 35 years ago they replaced that culvert, the state did, and they just left it blocked and went home for the night. Well, there was water everywhere by then, and there's just been a lot of issues that things aren't followed up. Butch Smith just did a job there on a couple of trees, and I had a bid for him to take a fence for a while. He left such a mess there, I couldn't believe it. I spent a week cleaning everything up there.
okay, so I just want to make sure this is right. North of 4, it's a court drain, and south it is not.
Correct.
Okay, so I looked at that this morning. There's
Okay.
like a 36-inch tube underneath 4, and it is 7/8 full of water. There's no water flowing under it because the neighbor downstream has everything blocked up.
Blocked up how?
He has 2 dams, and he's holding back at least 3 feet of water downstream, but that's not Court Ditch downstream.
Right. Let us dig back into this because I know that the pipe south of 4 was flat and not flowing as well either. So
Tony,
Yes.
it can't flow. There's 2 dams within
Yeah.
500 feet of it.
I guess we'll pull this back up and get with the city of LaPorte and that study.
Well,
Sign-
right now, he's got it blocked with stones, and I, not knowing he did, and I wouldn't have minded so much if people would just get along and call. And I called him and I said, Keith, do you know anything about the upstream? You know, they did a lot of work along Boyd and everything. And he said, why? And I said, I got water like a foot overnight. And he said, well, I blocked it off. Well, that's fine, but you need to have communication somehow so that things can be taken care of.
Just to put this in perspective, a large part of the city of LaPorte drains through that tile. It's not flowing. It's dammed up. There's a 18 or 16-inch drain. It's 100 years old clay tile drain that fills in that church ditch. It's not flowing. It needs to be moving all the time, otherwise that tile's going to plug up. It's a bad deal because somebody wants a fish pond. You got thousands of people whose drainage is affected by that fish pond.
So even though that this is not a court drain ditch, our court drain ditch drains into that, he can't block that.
Yes, the surveyor's office can take emergency action and tell them to remove it.
You what?
The surveyor's office has the authority to tell them to remove it immediately, if not without a 10-day letter.
Like I said, it's not a real issue, but if you get a huge rain, it is. It's at the max right now.
The damage is being done right now because the water's not flowing in the tile and the tile will plug up. It's like I said, that tile's over 100 years old. And it's huge money to replace that tile.
Okay, so what do we want to do? Send Tony out there and let Tony deal with this? Because like I said, he can't, even though it's not a court drain, he can't block our court drain from draining through his property. So I have I guess I'm going to need a motion on that.
Well, I move that we have Tony further study it.
But we can take action if we find it needs to be action right now.
I think there needs to be action right now. Yes.
So if we go out there and something needs to be done, we can do it.
Okay, well, like I said, right at this point, it's not. He's been pretty easy to work with, and it's not.
Well, we're only one rain away from a flood. I can hear it already. So we're going to.
Well, down the road, you know, things change and situations, and I guess I just wanted to find out where we could be. Like I said, 2 years ago, last Thanksgiving, it was a plugged mess. And that's partly because things aren't followed through. Butch dug all that, then all the debris went down into that culvert at 4, and, you know, a major problem. So much of the stuff, I've taken trees out of that ditch myself, but some of them are too big for me to handle anymore. And that's what Butch took a couple of big willows that were on the ditch. Probably should have been taken down when he dug the ditch, really. And it just kind of a follow through that it wasn't being done. And
Yeah, we can look at the elevation and make sure that whatever they put in there, if it has to be dropped, it can be dropped to an elevation that doesn't affect you.
well, like I said, right at this point, it is not a problem, but it has been in the past.
Okay.
I've had water halfway up to my house already. And
We cleaned that ditch, well, I don't know, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And there's no place for it to go.
Right.
This is south of 4.
The blockage is south of 4, but we cleaned the ditch north of
Right.
4.
Okay, we'll look at it.
Okay, so you got a motion on the floor for Tony to take action?
To take action, that would be my word, yes.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. So come up after the meeting and give Tony your name and phone number and everything, and he'll get,
Okay.
or do you already have it?
Yeah, you can give it to us. Go ahead. What's your phone number?
My phone number?
Yeah.
219.
Hello?
Hold on.
3806.
Okay.
That's all I need.
I think so. Is that all you want?
Yep, yep.
Can't hear, sorry about that.
Okay.
That's all right. But as a further point, like Jim said, that tile's 30 years old. It's gonna be replaced at some point. It's too small. Maybe our highway department liaison could point that out.
Like I said before, it's been about 35 years ago, they replaced that. I had water coming up, I went down and looked, it was plugged, they all went home for the night. But you can't leave it plugged like that.
But look at the development in 35 years, Walmart, all that stuff, and it's all draining through that tile.
My point being, nobody followed that through. Whoever did it for the state just went home. Well, I finally got a hold of somebody, he wasn't very happy, did a little shoveling. Well, I'm smart enough to know the little shoveling that's gonna wash. And I went back with a shovel, then a county mountie stops, and he's gonna arrest me for digging the ditch out. Well, my house has been underwater by morning. And some of these things need to be followed through, you know, and, I know some of it up to the landowner. He bought it, but I've gotta be able to get a hold of somebody when there's a problem.
All right, well, we'll take a look at it and see what we can do. Thank you.
All right, well, like I said, just appreciate, you know, contact. So, all right, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay, Gary Kessler, 9522 North, 200 East, LaPorte.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I have a neighbor that bought property west of the property I farm, and he blocked the culvert, or he didn't block the culvert, but he put up a bank along the culvert so the water won't drain through his property anymore. He wants me to dig a ditch on my side of the property and take it down the end of the road and go underneath the road with the culvert.
Do you have pictures?
And I don't have any pictures. My son's got them.
Are you familiar with this?
Where's this at?
Christie.
Yeah, I
I-
talk to you all the time. It's on 400 and Spring.
Yeah,
Well,
400 west and 800 north.
Of last time?
Yeah, so the last month when we left off with this, I know we were getting contact information of the owner, and we were supposed to get a hold of him. I guess.
Yeah, the owner's information went to our Brad Adamski and went to County Highway, and I didn't go and look. Did they do anything?
Nobody's done nothing.
Nothing's to happen.
Is it flooded?
My field's still flooded. And he was real smart about it. You know, when I tried to talk to him, I said, it's been going through here for hundreds of years, and he just blocked it up.
Put a driveway in.
Well, no, he just put a berm up alongside the fence row.
Pictures of last week
Yeah.
or last month?
Yeah,
Yeah, you still have pictures, don't you, Christy?
I have some on my phone.
Well, I guess we'll make some phone calls with County Highway because it's on County Highway right away.
Well, I had, who's the county highway guy? Dusty. He was out there and looked at it, and he said he can't do nothing about it because he didn't block the culvert. He put up a berm along the fence row.
It's not the culvert.
Yeah, not the culvert. So he says nothing he can do about it.
Because I've also talked to Tom Bader.
Yes.
Said if we
He's the guy I rent
thought
from.
somebody was going to get a hold of the owner, and then the highway would
I got his name.
Yeah, we had.
to try to get a remedy, because otherwise the next step is to have the property owner petition the board with the removal of obstruction process. That's like the 3 to 4 month thing, which I've already talked to Vader about. We were hoping we could just get a hold of the guy and get it fixed without having to.
But the berm is the berm adjacent to the county road?
Yes.
Well, it's in county right away then.
Well,
So
when you're talking about a berm, did he fill the ditch in, or he just stacked up dirt
he stacked up dirt.
in the ditch?
No, not in the ditch. Just
Side.
he stayed out of the ditch on the side, right where the fence row would be.
How many feet away from the center line of the road is this stacked up dirt?
I would say 10 feet.
What's in?
I would say it would
In
be
county right away.
right away.
There's a picture of it.
Let's see what she's got there.
That's in county right away.
And the water was 18 inches above the bottom of the culvert when I measured it. And that's without the rains. If it rains, there's a chance that it's gonna
Water set.
go over the top of the road. And it's saturating underneath the road right
Yeah.
now.
Well, we're gonna have to get county highway to take a ditch switch out there and clean that ditch out next to the road and let it go.
Sir, come up here for a second.
Yes.
Got a picture.
Yeah, let's see some pictures.
Because it's county right away. We can
So
do that.
is that what you're talking about? The water on this side doesn't run this way?
Got any more pictures?
Yes, but that's my personal phone, so I'll just show them to you.
Let her show them to you.
It's on the left side of that picture. That picture doesn't show it too good.
Okay, how about that? That one?
That one?
I can hear, but I can't see.
Somebody could see but couldn't hear it.
Still gotta go see where the sign's at. You got anything on the white sign? Right in front of that.
If he's on county right away, we can enact the forces of county highway to clean that ditch out.
That's a mailbox.
Okay, yeah, I see it's right off the left of it. Right, left of that gate.
Is there a ditch in his driveway? A pipe in his driveway?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I thought that was the.
And he's
I thought that's what the issue.
I thought that was the issue, but he's blocked even more.
He's blocking water down the road for the other neighbors too with their field.
We'll talk to highway superintendent. We'll talk to Dusty and tell him to go clean the ditch out next to the.
I had Dusty out there,
Well,
and he said he can't go south or he can't go west
Why?
because that's the person's property.
They can't work outside of the right of way, but
They can't
he
work
probably
outside the
doesn't
right-of-way.
know where the right of
And
way
that's
Yeah.
not the
is.
problem.
I'm
The
thinking
problem is on the other side of the right of way.
the other side of the right of way, which is where we thought we
there
were
was-
gonna get
and he's
hold of the
got-
guy. And,
I'm gonna describe it.
So are we here?
no, there's a new house right in here. You're like here.
So the problem was in here somewhere.
Yeah.
So he's cleaned out the ditch on his side of the property, but he's closed up, he's leveled off the ground, the first 100 feet, so nothing can come his way.
Is this the ditch that runs west off the county road?
No, it runs north and south.
Runs north.
Back to the podium for us, please.
well, there's the county road ditch that runs north and south, and then there's a waterway that runs west that
Yes.
he supposedly is plugged up also. Right?
Yes.
From what I
Yes, that's right.
So
Yes.
we got two things going on.
So, Tony, can you take a drive out there and take a look at this and then,
Yes. We'll get county highway and myself and thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And please,
But
you can call us at any time and scream and yell at us. We're not going to take it personally. Just
No, I'm not yelling at anybody.
I know, but
we thought
if you don't follow up, I don't drive that north very often.
Okay.
Rarely am I up north that far. But now that I know, I will be. And we'll get county highway to come out. If it's not county highway to clean the ditch and go south along the road, it'll be to clean out the waterway that goes directly west to his property, and I will contact the owner myself.
See, I walked the property and there was natural drainage going that direction west.
Yes, I've walked that whole
You
property.
walked it too?
Oh yeah, I've been in and out of that swamp.
And see, now he's leveled off the dirt where it was concave down so it run. He's filled that all in.
Yes, we have a problem.
okay, so we don't need a motion unless we already
No, we'll go
discussed
look
this
at it.
last month, right?
But Tony Brad's not here, that's not a court ditch, at least part of it.
Yeah,
Would
but
that fall under public nuisance?
it's an obstruction of a natural waterway.
That's just what
So
it
we
is.
could take action.
It would be the same as the last
Same,
one.
same as the last one. Yep.
petition
Yep.
us and we have to go through the
Yeah, we'd have to petition, go through a hearing, but the board can take some action if they don't move.
All right, so Tony's gonna take a look at that and get back to you.
All right, thank you.
If there's a problem now, it's a disaster when a 3-inch rain.
We're only 1 day away from a 3-inch rain. I can feel it.
We all hope.
That's right. All right. Any other public comment?
This is June.
All right, we're going to have adjournment. Next meeting will be August 8th, no July meeting, 8:30 at the complex in this room. Thank you.